What is up, Saints? I'm back with another Christian Man Reacts video, where if you've been watching, you know the intent of my content is to present good and wholesome entertainment. Whether or not I do, that's up to you. Alright, so we're back again, and the Black Cat tells you we're going to be looking at some Christian comedy. Kind of been a couple of strikes here, the last couple of comedians we looked at. I mentioned before, Christian comedy, Christian stand-up comedy is not really my thing. I don't particularly enjoy stand-up comedy all that much. But every once in a while you find something really funny. Unfortunately, in the past, you know, that would have been like that secular nasty humor, and it's just unwholesome. It's not good. It's full of cussing and perverseness and blasphemy and just wickedness, making jokes, making light of wickedness. I heard a preacher one time say that comedians are the devil's preachers, and I understand where he's coming from, just because of the filthiness that's usually incorporated within comedy. It's almost a shock thing. I want to say the most shocking, perverse thing that you're uncomfortable hearing, and to cause you to make light of it and to make a joke out of it. And so that's very bad. So, some of the most wicked TV shows and movies are secular comedies. I think about like South Park or Family Guy. Just, you know, wickedly blasphemous and just horrible content. And the movies out there like American Pie or just any of those, like they seem to be like sexually driven. Like, I even recently tried to go back and rewatch a sitcom from my youth. I tried to rewatch Friends, and just after a few episodes, it was like, man, all this talks about is sex. It's just, it is not good. So I'm glad there are Christian comedians out there trying to provide the Christian community with an alternative to that secular wickedness. Unfortunately, I found that it's either really super cheesy or it's borderline irreverent, where they're taking serious issues and just making light of them. So I haven't found too much good. But I'm kind of excited about what we're gonna get into. And you know, I think I'm ready to go. I got my polar seltzer water as always, cherry pomegranate flavor. And so without further ado, let's get into this. All right, so today we're looking at a guy, goes by the name of Brad Stine. Again, this is completely new to me. There's very little stand-up comedians of the Christian genre that I'm familiar with. So that's the benefit of doing a reaction video. I'm coming into this new, something I haven't heard any before. This does appeal to me. It looks like it has the potential to be pretty funny. It's titled "Christians Don't Have Curse Words," and don't know what to expect. My hopes are high. So let's jump into it and take a look.
Now, for those of you who don't know who I am a comic, been doing it many years, almost 20 years now. And the entire time that I did my comedy, as I came out on stage, out of the closet years ago and admitted that I'm a Christian. I admitted it to the whole world. And yet, even when I started in comedy many years ago, I was always a Christian, but I was in comedy clubs, and so I never used any curse words. I've always been curse-free, never used any gratuitous sexual references, because I've always felt that creativity is funnier than crude, and I always wanted to use words that were just normal words that could create laughter.
I already like this guy. He doesn't want to be crude. Creativity is funnier than crudeness. It takes a level of intellect to be funny without being perverse. Anybody can tell a perverse joke and have it be funny, but to actually think of witty things. So I'm already digging this guy. I'm hopeful. My hope level just went up another notch. So let's see what he's got.
That's the way I've always been. And as a Christian, it was just not something I was allowed to do. You know, Christians, we're not supposed to curse, and that's good. That's good that you watch your mouth. But the problem is, it slips out now and again. Because you're human. And sometimes we don't even give ourselves that much. See, that's the point I'm trying to make. I wish we were more real to people that don't believe like us. Maybe they'd actually find us interesting and compelling because we're real with them.
He kind of, You know, Christian crowds, man, it's got to be hard. You notice how quiet they are? Everybody's like, "Oh, he brought up a valid point. Sometimes a cuss word slips out. We're not human." They all got quiet. But so that's got to be hard, man, to stand in front of a quiet crowd. But this dude already reminds me of like kind of a combination of like Dennis Leary, and he's got this weird like Robin Williams energy about him. So again, man, that hope level just went up another notch, man. I went into this at like a 7 just based on the title, maybe a 6. And then I heard his opening statements, and I was like, all right, man, I'm at like an 8 or a 9, and now just watching him, and I'm at a 10, man. I'm ready to hear. I'm hoping this dude's hilarious.
Because the truth of the matter is, it's not fair that we don't have curse words. Christians should have their own curse words. Because I don't care how holy you are, you slam your hand in a car door, something's coming out of your mouth.
You got a funny face, man.
That's just the way it is. And for some reason, a curse word feels like just the right man for the job. I don't know what it is about slamming your hand, but ouch just doesn't cut it. For some reason, it's that curse word that makes it feel like it's beginning to heal. See, that's the thing that people forget. That's the natural part about life that I believe in. You see, we spend our lives trying to watch our mouth because it's natural to curse. Nobody has to learn to curse. You have to learn how not to. She knows.
Is that Adamite nature?
This woman curses like a sailor, I'm telling you. She can't curse enough. I mean, her friends don't even want to sit next to her half the time. She's a lunatic. Got a great laugh, though. What's your name? Sandra Ford? Forrester. She's mad at me like I should have known. Forrester, you idiot! Don't you have a dossier on all the people that enter your room? Sandra Ford, you live here in Lake Forest? Lake Forest? Forest Lake? Forrester? Lake Jackson. I don't know. I'm at a new place. Give me a break, will you, lady? I don't know where I am. See, you live here. You already got it down. You live here your whole life?
No, again, like the kind of wit where you can react like that, that's real comedy. Like when you can just, because like a comedian comes up on the stage and he's got written jokes, but to interact like that and just come up with stuff off the top of your head, that shows wit and intelligence. And that's good humor, man. I like that kind of humor.
30 years? What do you do? Oh, God bless you. Home provider for Down's children. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So you got kids. They made you want to throw out a few curse words now and again. Don't be talking to me any different, am I right? Yes. Of course I'm right. We gotta watch our mouths, man. It ain't easy. That's what I'm talking about, because it's natural. It's natural to curse, man. It's so natural to curse. So natural to curse, we even invented a hand signal, so if I'm cursing in the car, I can let you in on it. That's what we did. We decided that the middle finger meant I'm cursing you. We just made that up. I feel sorry for the middle finger. Never did anything wrong. Big, strong, big, long finger. We decided you're the curse of Cain. We could have chosen any of the fingers, just the middle one for some reason. Why, all the other fingers, as a matter of fact, mean good things. Number 1. Could have made this a bad finger, but we said no, we'll make it a good one. Number 1, you're number 1. Thumb, like, hey, don't kill the gladiator. Good stuff. Stop cars. Hey, can I take a ride? Stop in a car. Add a little finger. Ooh, hang loose. Oh, lose the thumb. Hey, can I have some tea? I guess. I don't know what that is. Every finger means something because we choose to let it mean something. Third finger. I don't know what this one is. This is kind of like I'm cursing you, but I'm dyslexic. I guess. I don't know what that is. I don't know. We make it up. Your middle finger isn't bad. We chose to decide it was. Of course, sometimes I get angry and I have to watch myself trying to be a good Christian boy. Somebody cuts me off in traffic, I want to give him the old finger, not allowed to. I figured it out, though. I just give him the whole hand. Hey! Guess! That way I can get out of it. Hey, you cursing me? No, I'm saying you're number one, man. What's the deal? It's hard. But see, it's about words, and words are important. I believe in words. I believe words are very important. But, sometimes we make them bad that actually weren't. You know, Jesus used words that we wouldn't allow to be said in church. You know that? Jesus. He called a bunch of Pharisees once a generation of vipers. A generation of vipers. What does that mean? Son of a snake. That's exactly what it means. Sons of snakes. You're a son of a snake! We have a similar term in the United States of America. We do. We can call somebody a son of a dog. Now, if you don't think it's a curse word, at least it's an insult. Saying you come from an animal. So now we got a problem. Either Jesus cursed, making him a sinner, which means he's not God, or sin isn't always what we think it is.
Good theology wrapped up in there.
Christianity isn't as black and white as we've tried to make it. We got to remember, our Bible's filled with words that you wouldn't say to a kid.
I like this guy.
It's filled with concepts that you wouldn't want to say to a child. Because it's for adults, too. The Christian's got to quit acting like a bunch of babies. They can't think and sugarcoat everything. We got to sugarcoat everything. Sometimes life is rough. One of the great things about my faith, great thing about Christianity, one reason I'm a Christian is because it's the only religion that would have me. Because you don't have to do anything but believe in God. I love that. I love the one religion that was honest enough to look at humans and go, you stink. Come on in. Need that kind of God, man. I couldn't have done any of the other religions because they had all these rules. That's all they know is rules. You know, hey, I'll join your religion. No bacon. I'm out. I'm out! What kind of a God would deny a man a BLT? You're crazy! I'm out! No. That's what I like about Christianity, man. It's completely unique and different. Lets me in the game, even though I don't deserve to be in the game.
Amen.
I'm proud of that.
Well, I'll tell you what. I really enjoyed that. That left me wanting more. That was a 7-minute clip, and like I could watch that guy for a half hour. I feel like he was just getting started, just getting warmed up. That was very good. It was very, very witty, very intellectual comedy. He made good points. He wasn't irreverent. He approached that line, but he didn't cross it. And he mixed in some good theology there. He mixed in, talking about grace. He was mentioning grace in a comedic, funny way, but he was emphasizing how Christianity is the religion of grace. There's nothing you could have done. It was the mercy of God. Just believe. He talked about the deity of Christ. If Christ sinned, then he's not God. So he mixed in that good theology, but he did it in a funny way. I really, really enjoyed that. I like that guy. I'm definitely going to be checking out some more of his comedy in the future here. But yeah, altogether, I'd say, that was it wasn't hilarious. I feel like he was just building, to the hilarity. We just got that little clip there where he was building up. But based on what I saw there, I'd give that like a 9, like a high 9, almost a 10. Very enjoyable, very good. So yeah, I enjoyed that, and I guess that's what I got for you here today. And Lord willing, we'll talk to you next time. As always, I love you guys. All right, later.